How are you all? I hope you all are fine and you are in good health. Today we are going to start with chapter 4 Energy for standard 8 physics. Energy. As the words say energy, you all are familiar with energy. You all require energy to do things, to study, to walk here and there, to perform activities. You need energy. If you don't have energy, you will feel like not doing anything. But in physics, we have little bit different requirements. So let's see that. Work. Now what is work? Work is said to be done. Work is said to be done when an object, when this is a duster, if I am applying force to this duster, if I am applying force and this object is moving. This object is moving, only then you will say the work is done. So work is done when the object, whatever object you are applying force, the object moves. That is displacement from the initial position to a position which it has moved. That is the displacement. So these two factors are important. Only then you will say the work is done. Otherwise you will say work is not done. But normally if I am standing here and I am speaking, I am thinking that I am doing work. Okay, I am doing work, but in physics it will be saying that you are not doing any work. I have to move. I have to move in order to be said that my body has performed a work. Clear? So work done is force into displacement. If a force is given to you, the value of force is given to you as 5 Newton. Okay? And the displacement is given, or the distance in which how much it has moved is given to you as 10 meter. So I'll ask you what is the work done by that object. So what you will do? Work is equals to force into displacement, that is 5 into 10. And what are the unit? This was Newton and this was meter. So Newton multiplied by meter will give you Newton meter. So your answer will be 50 Newton meter. Now this Newton meter, you can write 1 Newton meter as 1 joule. Alright? So either you can write 50 Newton meter or you can write 50 joule. Remember that in joules, J is capital, in Newton, N is capital, and M for meter is small. Do not write small j and small m. This is the condition of force. I have explained you with one numerical question to make it more clear. Now next topic is work done against gravity. Work done against gravity. Gravity is a natural force which pulls us under the surface of the earth. Gravitational force. That is why we are able to stand, and in space we cannot stand. We have seen the astronauts, they fly over. So we are able to stand only because of the gravity. Now when I am moving, I am opposing the force. Okay, I am opposing the force. So in this position what happens? The work done will be equal to the weight. When you are lifting any object above a certain height, when you are lifting any object above a certain height, this is your height, certain height, the work done will be equal to the weight multiplied with the height. If I have taken this duster and I have lifted up, so this particular height, that is from the ground, this will give you the value of h, and this will give you the weight, the mass. The mass multiplied by g. What is g here? Gravitational constant. That is acceleration due to gravity. The value of small g is 9.8 meter per second square. 9.8 meter per second square. In solving numericals, we take this value as 10. We take it as 10 meter per second square to make the calculations easier. So, if again I will give you one question to make it more clear. Mass of a certain object is given as 50 gram The height above the ground level is your 10 meter. Okay. So what will be the work done? Since this object was lifted up, you have to use the formula m into g into h, that is 50 grams into the small g. Small g's value is, as I said, we have to take 10, so I am writing 10 into the height, the distance, that is 10. So you will get 5000 joules. This will be the work done. This will be the work done for lifting this object in a certain height, that is 10 meter. You will not use the formula F into S. This formula will be not used in this condition because we are lifting the object. The question will be specified that the object is being lifted and the height is this much. But if the object is applied by force, if you are pushing or pulling or moving a certain object, so in that case the force will be given as well as the distance moved, the displacement. So you will put it in this formula. So both these numericals I have explained you. Then comes what are the conditions for work to be done. What are the conditions? First is that the force should be applied. If you are applying force, second thing, the displacement should happen. Okay, the particular thing should move. Third is the displacement, the force which you are applying, that should move in the same direction. Okay, it should move in the same direction. Now if this is a blackboard, if I am pushing, if I am applying force, is it moving? No. But I am applying force, I am applying energy to that, but work done in such cases will be zero. Okay, why? Because force is being applied, but there is no displacement. So the next topic is situations for no work done. What are the situations of no work done? First situation is when a force is applied but there is no displacement. I will explain you with the blackboard. Second, where there is no force only applied. Like I am reading, I am writing, I am standing, no force is applied. So no work done. Third is when the force is applied and the object moves and it comes back to its original position. And as you know, the sun that revolves around the planet, it moves like this in orbit. It moves, come back to the original position, then it moves, then it comes back to the position. So the movement is continuous. From where it is starting, it is coming back to its end. In such cases also work done will be zero. The last point is if you are lifting any object horizontally. If you are lifting any object horizontally and you know there is a vertical force, that is the force of gravity, which is pulling it downwards. So what angle it is? What is this angle known as? 90 degree. So in such situations, you will say the work done is zero. Zero. So 4 points I have explained to you in which the work done will be zero. Next is your energy. Energy is the ability to do work. It is the capacity to do work. You should have that much of ability to perform the work. That is your energy. Two things are common. What is the SI unit of work? I told you that. Joules. Right? Joules is the SI unit of work. Similarly, energy also have the same SI unit, that is joules. The SI unit of work and energy both are joules. Clear? Both are joules. In energy, we have to study about mechanical energy. Now what is mechanical energy? It is the energy possessed by a body due to its state of motion or position. One is motion and one is position. Now under mechanical energy, we have to study two energies. One is potential energy Okay. Potential energy comes place when the body is at rest. It's in the position. It's not moving, it's in the position. So potential energy comes into play when the energy possessed by an object is due to its position. Here under this we have to study again two energies. One is your elastic potential energy, I'm writing short form, and one is gravitational potential energy. One is elastic potential energy, one is gravitational potential energy. This we'll discuss in detail. So first we'll start with potential energy. Potential energy I have discussed with you. When does it comes into place? When the object is at rest. When the object is possessing, the energy is possessed by only by its position, no movement. So in this we have studied elastic potential energy and gravitation. Elastic potential energy will come into play when the object is performing elasticity is there, like spring. If you take spring, if you take a rubber band, you can stretch it. What happens? It stretches. When you leave, it comes back. That is compression. It comes back to its original position. So such cases come under elastic potential energy. Gravitational potential energy, it's due to because of the force of gravity. There gravity will act. The formula is m into g into h. Yes, this we have discussed when we learned about the work done by gravity. Correct. So here again mass will be given. You have to put the value of mass. G is always constant. That's 9.8. But in numericals you can take 10. Height will be given. That you have to multiply. One question will do. The energy stored in a stone of mass 450 gram. What is the mass? 450 gram. This is 10 only, so I am writing 10. And height. Then what is given? Which is kept at the top of a building of height 30 meters. So if this is a building, if this is your building, the stone is kept on the terrace. Okay, and it is not moving. In the terrace, the stone is simply kept. So what energy will that possess? That will have gravitational potential energy. And we are taking the energy of this stone. So we will put it into the formula. Height is given as 30 meter. So when you solve this, 450 into 10 is 4500 into 30. So we can solve this. 45 into 3, 135. So 135 and these three zeros. What will be the unit? Correct, joules. Either write joules or write Newton meter. This is the condition when the object is placed on a certain height and it is not moving. That time you are going to put this formula. This is under potential energy. Now we will come to kinetic energy. Now let's see kinetic energy. Now kinetic energy takes place when the object possesses, the energy which is possessed by the object is in motion. It's very compulsory. You have to move. That object has to move. If the object is moving, only then that object will have kinetic energy. Otherwise, it will not have. Okay. A very good example is this is a rigid support. Okay. I'll take a metal bob. That is a pendulum. This is the bob. It's normally in the still position. When it is not moving, it's in the still position. This is the time when the pendulum starts moving, swinging. That is back and forth movement. It moves here, then back again, then again. This is the movement, back and forth movement which happens in simple pendulum. Now if I ask you in which position, let's take this as A, this B, this C. Now in which position is the maximum kinetic energy? See, when this pendulum is moving, is it stopping in the center? It is continuously moving. So this position will have kinetic energy because it is not stopping. No, potential energy comes into place when the body is at rest. It has to have taken a position, but here it doesn't take. It is continuously moving. So in the center position, it will have maximum kinetic energy, and in the extreme corners, it will have potential energy maximum. That is point A and point C. Because for a second, when it goes like this, it little bit time it stops there. Then only it comes back, right? So that is why in the extreme positions it will have potential energy. And here, this area, this particular area where the potential energy is getting lower and it is gaining little bit kinetic energy. So it will have partly kinetic energy as well as potential energy. Kinetic, potential, both it will have, but partly less. Here also same way, it will have kinetic energy plus potential energy. Both the energies will be present where? From A to B and B to C. But in the corners it will have potential maximum, and in the center it will have kinetic energy maximum. So I hope this pendulum is clear to you. So let's come back to kinetic energy. Now in kinetic energy, the formula of finding kinetic energy is half mv square, where m is the mass, and v is the velocity. Again in the numerical question, mass will be given. As we know in kinetic energy, the movement is compulsory, so velocity will be there. It will move, no? It will move to certain distance. So that is your velocity. So let's see one example for kinetic energy numerical. The body is moving and it has moved to a velocity of let's take 6 meter per second, and your mass is 50 gram. What will be the kinetic energy? So what are you going to do? You will substitute these values in the formula. Formula is half mv square. So half, this value is we have to write as 1/2 only. M, in place of m you will write 50. In place of v you will write 6. But it is b square. B square means this is exponent value. Power is 2. So here you will not write only 6. You need to write 6 whole square. So what it will be? Into 6 into 6. I will cancel this. 50 into 3 is 150. 150 into 6. What is 15 into 6? 15 into 6 is 90. Okay. And then one more 0. So 900. 900 joules is the kinetic energy for this question. We have substituted the value of mass, we have substituted the value of velocity, and we have got the value. So you have to just simply substitute the value in the formula. Two formulas you have to study in energy. One is your potential energy, that is m into g into h, where mass, height will be given. G's value you have to take as 10. Then for kinetic energy, it is half mv square, mass, velocity. Two values will be given, you have to substitute it. Do not forget to write the unit in joules. In energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, it's done. Now one topic I'll explain you, that is power. What is power? Power is the rate of doing work per unit time. That is power. Work done by the object in that particular time. Now what is the SI unit? What is the SI unit of work done? Joules. What is the SI unit of time? Second. So what is this? Joule per second. Joule second is known as watt. This is the SI unit of power. SI unit of power is watt. And 1 watt is equals to 1 joules per second, and 1 kilowatt is equals to 1000 watt. This is the conversion. If the answer comes in triple zeros, you can write the unit as kilowatt. Like 3000 watt can be written as 3 kilowatt. Okay. One question for power. You have to calculate the power when the work done is 90 joules, and the time which took to complete this certain work was 10 seconds. What you will do? You put it into the formula. Power is equals to work done upon time, that is 90 joules upon 10 seconds. 0 cancelled. So what are you going to get? 9 joules per second. Or you can write this as 9 watt. Okay? 9 joules per second, or you can write 9 watt. Do not write your kilowatt. If you want to write in kilowatt, then you have to again divide by 1000. Not needed. So you can end it till here. 9 watt. There are few differences for energy and power. Energy is the capacity to do work. And what is power? Power is the rate at which work is done in that particular time. Energy can be transformed from one form to another. If I am pushing the table, my energy is transferred to the table. That is why the table is moving. It has taken kinetic energy. You can transform it, but power cannot be transformed. Then we can store the energy. But power cannot be stored, and the SI unit of energy is joule, and the SI unit of power is watt. So we are done with this chapter. We'll meet next time.